Hello, uh, welcome to another class. We're going to consider a Form 4 topic called differentiation. This one is usually tested in paper 1 and come to the KSCE. So, what is differentiation? So, this is a process of obtaining the derivative. That's what differentiation is all about. So, the gradient of a function y is equals to x power n is given by n x power n minus 1. So this is the gradient function, or what we talk about the derivative. So if we have a function that is y is equals to x power n, so this is a function that we have. If you want to differentiate, we are going to get the derivative. You can have it as y power or we can just write it as dy over dx. That is the derivative of that function. This is going to be, you drop the power, you get n x, and then the power that was there, n, you subtract 1. So that is how you'll be able to differentiate a particular function. So we can have a few examples to see what is this process of differentiation. So example, differentiate 1, y is equals to x squared, 2, y is equals to x cubed, 3, y is equals to x power 4, then part 4 can have y is equals to x power minus 5. So let's have those examples. We see how I'm able to differentiate these functions. So let's start with the first one. Y is equals to x power 2. So for us to differentiate, we have said that you need to drop that power, and then the remaining one you get now that power, subtract 1. So that is our derivative. So in this case now, the y prime there, or the derivative, we're going to have, we drop the 2, we get 2x, then the 2 is subtract 1. So you're going to have 2x. So that's the derivative of the function y is equals to x squared. Can look at the second example, that is y is equals to x cubed. We want to get the derivative of that function. So we have the dy over dx, that is our derivative, or what we're talking about, the gradient function, is going to be given by, we drop the power, you get 3x, then the other power that was there, we subtract 1. So you're going to have 3x squared. That's how you be able, that's how we differentiate that. So you can have the third example. You see how it's going to be. So our function is y is equals to x power 4. So for us to differentiate this one, you're going to can use dy over dx, get our derivative. We're going to drop the power, so you're going to have 4x, then the power that we had, we subtract 1, so you're going to have 4x power power 3. And lastly, the other example that you can have here is y is equals to x power minus 5. For us to be able to differentiate this, we're going to have y prime, that is the derivative of dy over dx, and use either. So you drop the power, we get minus 5, and then x power minus 5 is subtract 1. So you're going to have minus 5x, then minus 5 minus 1, you're going to get minus 6. So that is how we do the process of the differentiation, getting the derivative. So let's now look at how we can be able to get the derivative of a polynomial. And a polynomial is just a number of the sum of number of terms. So the derivative of a polynomial, that is the sum of number of terms, is obtained by differentiating each term in turn. So we want to have when you have a polynomial, just differentiate each term separately, and then you add them. You're going to get the derivative of a polynomial. So let's look at consider some examples here. We are told to differentiate the following functions. Let's start with the first one. So this is what you talk about a polynomial. We have different terms. This is one term, second, third, fourth term. So we have 4 terms here, and you want to differentiate these. So you have the first one, y is equals to 2x cubed plus 4x squared plus 5x minus 7. So we're going to have the y prime, that is the derivative, or dy over dx, is going to be 2x cubed. We drop the power, is 3. So 3 times 2, you get 6x. Then we had power 3 minus 1 plus 4x squared. We drop the power, get 4 times 2, that is 8, power times x, power 2 is subtract 1, then plus 5x, this is x power 1, that number there is 1, so 1 times 1 is 5, power x, then 1 that was there is subtract 1, then a constant does not have power, that is the x here is power 0, so 0 times the number is 0, so that was going to have as 0. So this is going to be 6x power 2, then we add 8x power 1, then we have plus 5. X 1 minus 1 is 0, and of course the number power 0 is 1, so it's just going to be remain as that. So that's how we can be able to differentiate that. Look at the second example. We have y is equals to 1 over 3 x power 6 minus 2 x power minus 1 plus 8x plus 19. That's a particular function. So to get the derivative of this function, is dy over dx, or the y prime. You're going to drop the power here. You get 6 times that, you get 2. Then have x power 6, then you subtract 1. Then you have minus 2x power minus 1. So you're going to drop this power, this is minus 1 times minus 2, get positive 2 power x minus 1 is subtract 1. Then plus 8. So 8x power 1 is just 1 times 8 is 8. Then x power 1 is subtract 1. And of course, the 19 is a constant, so it's going to be 0 because in this case x is power 0 there, and the 0 times 19 is going to be 0, so you're going to get rid of that. So you have 2x power 5, then plus 2x minus 1 minus 1, you get minus 2 plus 8. X 1 minus 1 is 0, so number plus 0 is 1, so you get to have as that's what's the derivative of that particular function. The last three, you're going to have this. So to get the derivative of that, number one thing is that you're going to be able to get to differentiate when it is in this order. We need to expand. So you first expand this one, you get x, you multiply by x minus 1, then plus 2 multiplied by x minus 1. So this is going to get x times x is x squared, x minus x is minus x, then we have 2 times x is plus 2x, then 2 times minus 1 is minus 2. So these are like terms, we add them, so you're going to have x squared minus x plus 2x, you're going to get positive x, and then minus 2. So now you're going to get the derivative of this one. So we have the function as y is equals to x squared plus x minus 2. So the derivative, that is dy over dx, the y prime, you're going to have e to the power gets 2x power 2 minus 1, then plus, this is 1 times 1 is just 1, so you're going to have x power 1 minus 1. This is a constant, so it's going to be 0. So you have 2x power 1, then 1 minus 1 is 0, so x power 0 is 1, so we add 1. So that's the derivative of that particular function. So that's how